Greetings, Chris Raptus Real Estate. None of this is financial advice. I'm just a guy on the internet wearing a Pikachu t-shirt. This is just for entertainment purposes only. So looking at doing another comparison as far as GDP goes, with comparing Australia to other countries, and our GDP, which sits at around 1.83 trillion, thereabouts, is sitting around the same sort of parity with Indonesia, Egypt, Spain, the Netherlands, and Turkey, interestingly enough. And a lot of these countries obviously have far significantly larger populations. And what it means to me is, obviously, other than the resources boom that's going on, Australia would be fucked if it wasn't for the minerals, right? It's just straight up, plain and simple. What is interesting is that Donald Trump, hate him or love him, he stopped institutions from buying, like residential property. So that's caused certain share prices, which I've done a post on, to drop about $17 billion. About 3 to 4% worth of demand has come off the ball, the housing market, because big institutions can't buy residential properties. I agree with that. It's not a demand issue, it's a supply issue, which is what we're seeing in Australia. Old homes are more valuable than new homes at the moment. They're far outpacing, the new home dwellings. And if you look at the data, we're just not building enough properties to service the population, right? But it all comes down to basically the fact that Australia has such a small population. We earn a massive amount of money from things like commodities. And what pisses me off, and I've been very vocal, is obviously the RBA is not reducing the rates. They're making the crunch harder for families in Australia with the cost of living, because they've just made so much money. And the average first home buyer in America has gone up from someone in their 30s to in their 40s. So it's just showing how the disparity just keeps growing and growing between the quote unquote rich and poor. So yeah, let's keep an eye on these statistics. Let's be positive. I really want to start 2026 in a positive manner. And just the bottom line for 2026 is, don't take advice from broke people. I just can't stress that enough. So that's going to be the core focus today, and just solid advice from positive people that are kicking ass and getting paid. Cheers. Take care.